we saying that is? We were placing bets there, ladies and gentlemen, on what we think the color of my camera, the tint, was going to be. Frank said red. I went orangish hue. Lan is the deciding vote. He said it looks red. So I think we're going with red.
And granted, I'm colorblind, so...
And he's colorblind. Hello, Bree. Welcome. Thank you, Anna, for having your friends join. Let me quickly change my camera because Logitech is so much fun. And cool. All right. How in the world is everybody doing today? We have a fantastic show lined up for y'all today. Let me grab my show sheet here. First things first, Frank. He's got a problem with sharks, so we're gonna get to that.
With sharks.
We're gonna get to weekly YouTube poll review. I've been posting polls up on YouTube every single day, just to kind of, get in a little interactivity right there. If you ever want to find them, just go to my YouTube channel, which you're obviously already here.
Strip club.
And then go to Biggins. Head on over to Biggins.
Yeah.
And then all you have to do is make sure that you go to the community page. And then right there, you're going to see all of the posts and everything that I put up, including these polls. What else do we have here? We got first impressions, which is basically I show a picture to Lan and Frank, and they are going to give us a whatever the first impression is of that picture. It's going to include the movie Speed. It's going to include the movie The Lion King. We also have coming attractions, things that are coming out here in the next week. Some big things coming up. The Boys, season 4, actually is going to be kicking off here, I believe, coming up tomorrow. You also have 5 fast questions. We've changed up the trivia. We normally do Battle of the Generations, but it's all 90s trivia now, ladies and gentlemen. I ponied up. I got brand new deck of cards here. It's Trivial Pursuit 1990s.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like cards there, bud.
Edition. What doesn't sound like cards? No. Wait. I always forget that I have all of these fun things here where I can be like, hey, joke.
Not to throw you off, but I checked to see if Biggins had t-shirts. They don't even have a website.
I thought they did. They have a Facebook page.
Yeah. Maybe I need to go there and ask for t-shirts.
We found them on Facebook.
Biggins.
Bree says that she is all about the 90s trivia. Well, then you are in luck. You can play along, actually. So I'll explain the rules again when we get closer to the game. But basically, it's going to be a question for Frank or Lan. Whoever answers, if they don't know it, the other person can steal. First 1 to 5 points wins. And then or the game's over or whatever the hell we want to call it. And then, then we move on to the Keanu Reeves movie draft.
You just send me the answers if you know the answers.
And you can send them the answers if you know the answers.
My doppelganger.
Although, first things first.
First things.
We do have to say R.I.P. Jerry West, the logo.
Logo man.
If you are not familiar with Jerry West, that guy essentially had multiple Hall of Fame careers where he playing on the court. Again, he's the actual logo. When you look at the NBA logo, that's Jerry West. Even though the league never fully admitted that it was him, it's totally him. We'll get to some of his stats here in just a minute. He also was the executive that got Shaq to come to the Lakers. He got Kobe in the draft. He made the trade with the Charlotte Hornets. He also helped build the Golden State Warriors. The dude was awesome, and he passed away today at age 86. So some of the quick rundown here of Jerry West. He averaged 20-plus points every season as a pro except for his rookie season. He never won an MVP, but he finished second 4 different times. Now, he did win an NBA Finals MVP when they lost. He made it to the finals 9 times. He won only once in 1972, but in 1969, he won the MVP despite the fact that the Lakers lost because he averaged almost 38 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 7.4 assists throughout that whole series. And then, like I said, he also helped build the Lakers and Warriors. Hall of Fame inductee as both a player and an executive, by the way.
Do you think he would have been as good if his last name was Jerry East or Jerry South?
I think it would have been a lot different. Could you imagine if it was Jerry East and he played for the Celtics?
Jerry North.
Or maybe Jerry Cousy.
Like porn star.
With Bob Cousy. Also, really
Spit on
quick,
it.
I do. All right, so I better let everybody in on the joke right now. So, for a few years now, lube was always kind of the joke that Frank would throw out there. And how did we even get on that? We spent
Because
about an hour.
you misinterpreted about spending time in the zone.
Oh yeah, and I thought he said spit on
Time
it.
spent. Yeah, you took
He
it
said
as
time spent. I
Time
said
spit.
how much you spit on it.
Yeah, it was like how much you spent in the zone. You're like, what? You spit in the zone?
If you are new to the channel here, there are a couple of member tiers. If you have extra money laying around and you want to help support the channel, it is more than welcome over here. Now, we have the 99 cent per month. That is a channel supporter. And then we also have $4.99 a month. That is a member Lorian. Either one is greatly appreciated. If you become a channel supporter, which is 99 cents a month, you get a sticker pack, which, Anna, I still got to get yours in the mail. I know that. I have your message with your address and everything. I will get it in the mail. And here are the stickers. You got the Brandalorian right there. You have the History of Rock podcast, which really doesn't happen anymore, but you can actually go find all of these old episodes that Shim and I did right here on my YouTube channel. And then, of course, the Alanis Morissette, It Is Not Fair to Deny Me, of the cross-eyed bear that you gave to me. So that's the sticker pack. Now, if you become a member Lorian, which is $4.99 a month, you not only get the stickers, but you get your choice of t-shirt. Sizes not guaranteed, but I do have t-shirts with all of those different logos on them. Any questions, concerns? Anybody have anything big they want to bring up right now?
I mean, only if you spit on it.
And on that note, it is time for Frank to be angry.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's got a big problem with sharks. So, Frank,
With sharks. I
Go
like
ahead.
sharks.
the
Lone
floor is yours.
All of them. Okay, so in Florida every year, beach season, beautiful, especially along the Gulf.
Bitch season?
Now, yeah. Along with that, you get all these tourists, from our brethren state, Tennessee, the Alabamas, basically all the crackers, the rednecks. They come down, and
Oh,
they're
wait, did you
shocked
say
to
the
find
crackers
out.
and the rednecks? Hold on.
Exactly.
Oh,
Get it?
all right, hold on.
He's been waiting to use it.
Yeah.
And most of
And
them
they-
are from Georgia, and we know one person that lives in Georgia.
I ate a gummy.
All right, go ahead.
So they come down and they're surprised to find out that there's sharks in the waters around here. So here's the thing. This past weekend, we had 2 shark attacks over in Walton County. It's about 160 miles. Yeah, one girl lost her arm. Bull shark got her, took her arm. So it started this whole thing with the sharks. Now everyone's posting stuff on Facebook and the interwebs and the social medias. And you get all these idiots that get on there and talk as if they know about everything. Most of them are tourist Tammies. They're from other states. And this is why I don't swim in the water or the ocean. That's why you just stay in the pool, because there's stuff out there. It's wild. There's weird things going on in the ocean right now. You don't want to be in the water. That's why you stay in the pool. Shut the fuck up, one. The other one is we have these, I'm going to call them I'm going to call them Nancy's. They claim that they have lived by the ocean the entire life and have never seen it as this wild before. I've never seen the sharks this close to the shore. It's a bunch of hogwash. I even saw somebody was sharing pictures, and they were from an oil rig, and he was trying to claim it was from some beach in Florida, and it was from an oil rig. You could see the oil rig in the corner of the photo, and he's trying to claim it's from a beach. But you have all these idiots underneath making it seem like this is like some alien thing, that sharks are in the water and come to shore. Let me tell you, I used to go down there and I'd be on the 19th floor, and 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, I'd look down and you'd have people in the water already. These idiots from, the redneck counties. And there's a good dozen sharks in the water with them, and they have no clue. And it's bull sharks, it's tiger sharks, it's sandbar sharks, it's whatever. Anywhere between 4 feet, I saw one, it was about 10 feet. And they're swimming within 4 feet, and these people have no clue that they're there. And they're not getting attacked at all. You're now having this thing where people stand on the beach and yell shark. And it makes me want to reach through my phone and strangle the living shit out of people, because I don't need you screaming shark on the beach. Shut the hell up. It's either going to be too late for that person, or the shark's not even worried about that person.
It's gonna be too
Either
late.
way, you don't need to yell shark. It's just causing panic. So all you tourist Tammies and all you morons that have lived by the beach your entire life, get off social media and leave this shit alone. It's stupid. It drives me nuts.
Oh, hey, we got Anna
love
loved your
sharks.
story so much. She just upgraded to Memberlorian status. Thank you,
There you
Anna.
go.
I'll make sure that I toss a T-shirt in with your sticker pack. Let me know which T-shirt you want. I'll double check all the sizes and everything. Some of them I did have women's sizes in, but let me know because I do have all 3 different T-shirts. So if you want, take your pick. Or let me know which
cross-eyed
one you
bear.
would prefer, and I'll see which ones we have in a specific size for you there. Right. I do have a quick question for you guys because I was watching something. I was flipping through Instagram yesterday, and it was about something with old school ECW. And it was kind of like if you weren't there, you really missed out. Like especially anybody who didn't really live in that moment. You didn't even have to be at the actual events, but ECW was into a world of itself. But then I heard them saying that they were chanting EC Dub.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were saying ECW, but then with the noise in the arena, it just sounds like dub.
Oh, okay. Because that was my question. Because I always thought it was ECW. Like that was the actual chant, right?
Yeah, because when you chant it out loud like that, you have to kind of speed up the W, I guess, because
yeah.
you're chanting it.
ECW.
So that's why it comes out as dub.
So who shared it? Was it like an official site that shared it, or just
No,
some
I don't
random
remember.
person?
It was showing old footage, and then it came back, and somebody was talking about it, and they said EC Dub, and I was like, wait a minute, I thought they were actually saying.
Because I have
W.
seen people say with WWE now owning all that, and they put all that stuff on streaming, that they've gone back in a lot of those shows and added like sound into them. Like there's a lot of people that were upset because like some of the old WCW stuff and ECW stuff, they might not have been cheering, and they just added stuff in there, and you can clearly tell it's not there. So I don't know if it might have been one of those.
All I know is that I think I have at least a DVD of, I think it's like the ECW's bloodiest matches or something like that. And
All
then
of
I
them?
also have 2 VHS cassettes of Best of Backyard Wrestling. That's what you get when you're ordering stuff after you get back from the bar and you're 22 years old and you got an extra $20 in your pocket, baby. That's what happens right there. And thank you, Bree, for becoming a channel supporter. If you want to hit me up, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, you can reach out to Anna. She knows how to get a hold of me if you want. And you can send me your address. I'll get you a nice little sticker pack here for you. Much appreciated. All right, so we do also have a weekly poll of that I put up on YouTube. Why isn't this working here? There we go.
Frank loves the polls to spit on them.
He wants to spit on the poll. All right, so for the last week, let's go to the old poll page over here.
Dance on the pole.
Let's see here. Why isn't this working?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, he says.
Try spitting on it.
Worked. All right, so for the last week, it's let me see here. 8 days ago, I think I mentioned this one on the stream last week. Which decade was best? I put 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. Which one do you think won that poll?
It was the 90s.
It was, yeah, didn't we talk about this?
Yeah.
Well, but there could have been more votes added after the fact.
Oh, you don't close your pulse?
It's actually 90s. Then I also, so the next poll I put up was which franchise is most overrated? Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, or Harry Potter?
Definitely Harry Potter.
Lan?
I think last week I said Star Wars, and I'm sticking with that one.
Well, Frank, we'll give you a
Those
point
little
right there, my good man.
Harry
Potter,
nerds.
41%. Star Wars did come in second with 29, and there were some really angry Lord of the Rings fans.
That you even put it on the poll?
Yeah.
Wow, give me a
Hey,
break.
everybody gets a turn on the pole.
This is a biased opinion, but in no way can Lord of the Rings be overrated. It was made in the best years, and it succeeded on all 3 movies.
In the 1940s?
I guess. You know,
Listen, the books are super long.
somebody else
Call
put
that
in here,
overrated.
half of Gen Alpha doesn't know what Lord of the Rings is anymore. Why is it even on the list? There's the whole new series that came out, right?
Yeah, and
the
nobody
Amazon
watched it.
one?
Yeah, it got panned. Everybody called it woke.
And if you guys
or
want, you
whatever.
guys can still go vote on the. You guys can still go vote on these if you want. Just find them on the
Still
community page
dive.
over on YouTube. Somebody else on there wrote, Star Wars isn't overrated, it's just overdone. And I got to tell you, the first couple episodes of The Acolyte was all about it, man. The fight scenes were freaking amazing. Third episode kind of lost me a little bit.
Yeah, I've
getting
heard
weird.
everyone saying that the third episode is kind of like dividing people again.
I
like,
agree.
yeah.
I agree with that last person too.
That
I
it's
think just
overdone?
overdone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
It's
a better.
done. I think the
opinion.
stories are just that they're trying to. The original ones, they caught lightning in a bottle, but then they kind of just stayed with the core.
Oh, look at
They didn't try to
Force
overdo
Awakens is
things,
almost
I
a
guess you
shot
could
for
say.
shot remake of A New Hope.
Yeah, and it almost seems like they were trying to insert characters in hopes that they would become these huge things, and then they did. I don't know, man. Again, the Last Jedi completely threw me off of that whole thing.
Well, you
That
know what
movie sucked.
pissed me off about The Acolyte, spoiler alerts here, by the way, is that they have a Wookiee Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the name is Kelnaka. And
What?
yeah.
Does he
They
speak
they
English?
introduced him. There's a badass scene after episode 2 where he literally uses the Force to steal somebody's gun and then he fucking snaps it in half. It was badass. And he's got like a man bun though, which is kind of weird. All right, 6 days ago, poll. What is the best Brad Pitt movie? I put Snatch, 12 Monkeys, Fight Club, and 7. Which one do you think won that poll?
Fight
Had
Club.
to, yeah, I was gonna say it had to be Fight Club if I remember right.
A point for each of you. Not even close. 74%, by the way. Snatch only 9%. Clearly not enough people have seen Snatch. All right, which was the best 80s action figure? Thundercats, He-Man, G.I. Joe, or Transformers?
Transformers.
It's gonna be He-Man, right?
And Land ties it up. Transformers, 42%, G.I. Joe, 36%, He-Man, 16%, Thundercats, only 7%.
Okay, you know what's so wild is when I was in my YouTube binge, I found this.
There's one.
I was in this thing, and this video popped up from Canon, 1986, and they were highlighting their movies that were coming out in 1986, and one of them was for the He-Man movie, and it was just this highlight where they show the toys, and it's the guy going, "You watch your kids play with the toys every day from the most successful cartoon," and it's just like the commercials, and then it goes, "In 1987, He-Man starring Dolph Lundgren," and it shows like just a picture of him, the superstar from
And Courtney
Rocky
Cox.
3. No, they didn't have it at the time. It was just Dolph, and then they didn't, and then it just like goes away. But it's the crazy, it's like the craziest hype up. Nothing is all toy commercial, and then just showing Dolph Lundgren's
Nice.
face, and that was them hyping up the movie.
All right, Card Therapy
That movie
says
sucked.
Mavericks by 6. I'm assuming that that's on the NBA game. If you want to keep us updated, I'd be more than happy for you to keep us updated with the NBA Finals right there in the YouTube chat. Next YouTube poll was, what is Eminem's best album? The Slim
That's
Shady
first one.
LP, the Marshall Mathers LP, the Eminem Show, or the Marshall Mathers LP 2?
This is the second one, Marshall Mathers LP. That one,
Lan,
what came out?
I don't
do you
know.
think won the poll?
I never listened to him.
what do you think won the poll?
I don't know.
Roll the
All
dice.
We'll go with the first one.
All right, Lan gets a point. Slim Shady LP came in at 53% on that one. The next poll was, what do you miss most about the 90s? This one I'm not going to give points on because I tried to think of a fourth option because I knew the one that was going to dominate. And I think I was half asleep when I did this one. But it was, what do you miss most about the 90s? Weekend movie rental nights. Appointment television like TGIF or NBC's Must-See TV. Picking up freshly developed film, which I found a stock picture of a dude picking up freshly developed film that I fucking loved, by the way.
Was it Robin Williams?
No. Creepy movie, though. And then the fourth option was everybody not staring at their phone.
Had to have been the fourth option.
Yeah, 76%. That one kind of boogered that one up. Now, next poll was, you can only listen to one of these bands' catalogs for the rest of your life. Which band are you picking? AC/DC, Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, or Led Zeppelin? Who do you think won?
I'm gonna think that It's probably got a. Oh man, I'm gonna say Guns N' Roses just because it sounds like you might have a younger. Well, no, because everyone's talking about no phones.
I'm gonna say Led Zeppelin.
See, I would think Led Zeppelin, but I'm just gonna go for Aerosmith just for fun.
No. And even Bree over in the chat got this one wrong too. She said Led Zeppelin. AC/DC,
Really? Okay.
36%. Led Zeppelin, though, came in very close second at 35. Guns N' Roses at 20 and Aerosmith at 9. Now, here is one that I put up specifically with Lan in mind. Who is the greatest MC of all time?
Yeah, I saw this poll and I didn't even want to vote.
Tupac, Eminem, Jay-Z, or Nas? Who do you think won?
I think Nas won.
I think Eminem did. I think people are big on him right now.
Frank gets the point. Yeah, I got a lot of Eminem fans. 70% Eminem. And I honestly, like, because I was thinking about who to put in that poll because you had guys like Rakim and stuff like that. But that doesn't get people angry. Leaving people like that off gets people angry. Like, look at Alan. Look at how pissed he is right now.
Yeah, you didn't have Rakim. You didn't have B.I.G. on there.
Uh-uh.
And then, of course, you didn't have your favorite rapper, Will Smith.
I know.
And you didn't
I
have
am all
Weird
about the
Al-
Big Willie styles.
You didn't have Weird Al Yankovic on it either. I mean,
Anna says on the last poll. Which was the last poll? Was it this one here? Oh, there you go. She said, ew, gross, none of them. Really? None of those bands. None of those bands you would actually go after.
who were the emo bands from the early 2000s?
I'm going to spit on your t-shirt. Oh, and then we'll get to the Keanu Reeves poll that I did when we get to the actual Keanu Reeves whatchamacallit, when we get to his movie draft coming up at the end here. All right. It is time for first impressions. I'm going to show a picture here to Lane and Frank, and then they get to give me what their first impression of that picture is. Picture
It's the ocean.
number
Sharks.
1. That is actually, so this right here, this is the view from my dad's beach house, by the way.
You don't want to go in the water because the sharks are so close to the ocean.
No, you don't want to go in the water there because it's cold as fuck.
I think it's just Dungeness crab in that water.
Dungeness crab. All right, here we go. First impression. What do you got?
Fearless Bueller.
The first thing I think of is, give me some chon chon.
That woman behind him looks like Tyler Perry.
Oh my God, it's Medea.
How did he get in this movie?
I don't know, but you guys know what movie this is from, don't ya?
Speed 2.
Sped.
No, it's the Speed 2. Speed 2
I know
was
it's
on a cruise ship.
I know it's the first one. I was just fucking around with you.
This one
Sped
was
down.
just Speed.
Speed.
All right, so Speed, we're celebrating the 30th anniversary
Hey,
of the
look,
movie.
it's me.
It was, yeah. That kind of does look like Frank when he turns like that. I wonder if he has, was that Hispanic tendencies?
Yeah, he's got Hispanic traits.
Traits, that's
yeah,
it. That
traits.
somebody told Frank he had Hispanic traits, and when he asked what they meant, they wouldn't answer him. So Speed
Yeah.
was released June 10th, 1994. It
Donda.
made just over $350 million in the box office. Now, some quick trivia. The bus could not go below what speed?
50.
Frank scores the point, 50 miles an hour. Now, the original was going to be very different. The bus wasn't going to be able to go below 20 miles an hour, and it was actually going to circle Dodger Stadium, not LAX. And it was going to end
Okay.
up blowing up the Hollywood sign. Plus, the movie was originally going to be a bottle movie. You guys know what a bottle episode in TV is, right?
No.
Oh, I've never heard that.
So a bottle episode is essentially where the entire episode takes place in one place. It takes
Oh, okay.
it's like it's bottled up. So
Like the ship.
this was going to be a bottle movie where the entire movie was going to take place on the bus and wasn't going to be outside or anything. The movie was written because writer Graham Yost saw Runaway Train. This was a 1985 movie that starred John Voight, Eric Roberts and Rebecca De Mornay.
Roberts.
And it's about a train with frozen brakes. Yost thought the idea would be better if it was about a bus that could not slow down, or else a bomb would go off. Hence the
Why
reason
does
it
John
became a
Voight
speed.
look like a World War I
Pilot?
Like,
I don't know. He
biplane
kind of does,
pilot.
though.
Like he's gonna take
That's
out
what
the
train conductors look like, man.
holy mackerel.
Also, in the original script of Speed, Harry was going to be the bad guy.
Oh, poor Jeff Daniels.
He died in the movie, didn't he?
Yeah, this is the scene
his
right
last
here.
Face right there.
Yeah, when it just goes ba-boom.
He goes, oh shit.
Yeah, and then, of course, we all know the bad guy actually was
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper.
You know, the one thing I remember, some kid when I was in middle school said, like, this is technology back then, that if you slowed the VHS tape down enough and watched in slow mode, that his head popped off cleanly. in the
Oh,
scene,
yeah.
in the subway.
Oh, I see that. So apparently the ads are already starting to pump through on YouTube. Anna's saying that it was the first time that an ad actually popped up in the middle of the stream.
Yeah, I just got one too.
All right, I'll make sure to turn that off. Let me.
Hey, don't you make money from that?
I do, but she just bumped up to a freaking membership tier, dude. If she doesn't like the ads, then we'll make the fucking change.
It shouldn't play him for.
Let's see if I can turn it off from here.
Members
Delay ads. Let me see. All right, there's
Spit
at
on 'em.
least okay. So there's a 10-minute countdown right now that it's showing me. So hopefully that means it'll delay an ad for 10 minutes, so you guys aren't going to have to worry about it. And on that note, let me get over here and. Oh, it's not letting me move that. Oh well, we'll fix all that shit later. All right.
So I found out recently that Dennis Hopper played almost the exact same villain in a Steven Seagal movie.
Really?
Except he had like an Irish accent.
Yeah, it was the worst Irish accent ever, by the way.
Steven Seagal. What was the movie?
Oh, and Nas was in it too.
Did you watch the Jason Brandt?
Yeah, I did. And I watched this guy named Spice Ice did a
Spice
video
Ice.
on it like a week before.
All right. Next picture here for first impressions. I want to get you guys' first impressions on this.
Is that Revenge of the Nerds?
No. Next time you hear rap on TV, check out this deaf glossary.
Oh my god.
This, I
have
believe,
no
came from
clue.
either the late 80s or early 90s. You can see it's a
Oh, it gives
tear
you all the
out
words.
from a magazine. Well, I can kind of read it here.
All datness.
All datness,
Wow.
which means all of that and everything else, or supreme.
Because all dat just isn't enough. You have to put the ness on it.
No, it's Anna's asking about the ads. They are a new thing. Because the way when I set up the stream, because you know how it had it ready to go, I think it automatically turned on. So then I'll go away to make sure that's turned off. I'll turn on the ads after the fact, but I don't want the live stream pumping ads in the middle, because then it's going to break, the conversation that we're having here. That's not very cool.
The
Also,
guy on the right, I like his shoes.
the Jordans.
He has
What about the
Jordan
guy in the
ties.
middle that's wearing loafers?
Yeah, what's up with him? I don't think that guy belongs.
What is,
That guy
looks like he has
doesn't
a,
belong with.
almost like he has a dress
Right
like it was a
here.
girl. Yeah, it looks like it was a girl that they just put like a guy's like torso on.
It does. Some sexy fucking legs,
Because
man.
look at the hand, look at the hand, look at the arm, and then the head. The head does not go with that body. The first guy looks like
He's
Danny
some
from
sexy
New
legs.
Kids.
All right. We also have Chillin',
He has
which is...
he has some Hispanic traits.
He has some Hispanic traits. I wonder if he spit on the guy in front of him. I like the white guy, by the way.
Yeah.
Chillin', which is laying low, being cool, or relaxing. There's the crib, your house, not to be confused with your home. See below, by the way. Deaf, very good, very sharp, very cool. Dis, to disrespect, to ignore. Dope, very, very, very good. See deaf. Fly, magnificent in appearance, fine. Fresh, hip, up to date. Front-in, pretending, showing off. Gear, clothes, and fashion accessories. Like Lance said, that gentleman on the right, he is all about his gear. Home, also homes, Holmes in British, homeboy or homegirl, your friend or pal.
Holmes in British.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Hype is exciting, great, or tremendous. Living large, being successful. Maxin and relaxin', laying lower than
Chilling
low,
out.
being
Shooting something
cooler
outside
than
of school.
cool. Money is a valued friend. Peace, a closing salutation or goodbye. Peace. Posse is a collection of homeboys and or homegirls. You guys are my posse.
A collection.
You know, I love when like magazines and newspaper do this because they do them about every 5 to 10 years.
No cap.
Because I remember this stuff in the I remember this stuff in the 90s. Like they even had video. Like you had news, late night news doing a segment on like what words meant. It makes me laugh when they do this.
Well, this happened with grunge, and I
Right.
can't remember the magazine that called, and I think it was Rolling Stone. They called Sub Pop. That was the main label that essentially created grunge. And so they called asking about lingo. And the girl on the phone just made a bunch of shit up. Totally just made stuff up. And Rolling Stone ran with it. And
What I
that
would do.
became like the nomenclature of grunge when it was totally a fucking joke.
I'd be like, yeah, man, Scroats
hilarious.
McGroats. You got to put Scroats McGroats in it.
Groats
It's a good thing.
McGroats.
What does Scroats McGroats mean? It means it's baldy hot, baby.
It's gross. We also have profiling, which was showing off or posing. Squad, your friends, the group you hang out with. Also posse. You guys are my
Say
squad posse. Stupid to the extreme, excessive. Tip, a topic of discussion. That's what instead of calling these segments, I'm going to start calling this is the tip.
It's a tip.
We just did the speed
There you
tip.
go.
Just
Yeah,
the tip. Just the tip.
Now you have your stream title. We're the tip.
Whack is socially unacceptable and not cool, and yo is a greeting or a salutation. Over in the YouTube chat, Anna says, I'm
Whack
too old
is
for the
this
new
list.
lingo. I say half of these still to this day. And we're also doing a word count, by the way. Somebody added up every single time Frank says the word wild.
Mm-hmm.
Then
that.
count it up in the chat, because I have a full video of when we were playing Warzone, and there's at least a dozen clips of Frank saying the word wild in different sentences, and it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So this list, when I was this was like when I was 4 or something. I remember my mom bought me a record. It was a breakdancing record. It was called Break. It was just breaking, and it came with like instructions on how to do like breakdance moves, and then it came with like a glossary like this, like that had a bunch of words.
We listened to that, didn't we?
I'm pretty sure we did, because
I
it
think
was
we did.
it was a great album because it had like African Bambaataa on there. It had a lot of good old school stuff on there.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, have you seen the first sentence? Sorry, have you seen the first sentence of that article?
I
You
didn't
have
even
to
look up
read
there.
it.
Yo,
Peep
G,
this.
peep this.
Did it give
May
you
we
an
have your
explanation?
attention, please? Primetime television is experiencing a rap revolution. Oh, here you go. Yeah, so to be late 80s, early 90s.
Late
'cause it's
80s.
NBC's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Hull High, and
What is Hull
ABC's
High?
Cop Rock.
I don't know.
And the
Cop Rock
syndicated
lasted
new
5
music
episodes,
report.
I think.
Rap has
curious
gone
what
from the
Hull High
streets
is.
to the airwaves.
Oh,
Rap
I
is
love it.
Rap is the official chronicle of the urban experience, says Prince co-producer Benny Medina. Most hip-hop or rap music today carries a different message than it did in its infancy in the early 70s. At its earliest stages, it was a style of chronicling your own block. It was making up rhymes to beats and talking about your next-door neighbor.
Those fools.
Now what's penetrating rap artists' music is a sense of social awareness. To help you speak this Scroats McGroats, speak this deaf lingo, we've asked Medina and Fresh Prince Will Smith to lay a few terms. So this comes from Will Smith himself, ladies
Oh
and gentlemen.
man. Well, that's why he had Maxin
Brandon's
and
favorite
Relaxin'.
MC.
I love
we
me
had
some Big
Maxin
Willie
and Relaxin'.
Styles.
So that Hold High, the only notable name I see on the cast for that show is Bryan Cranston.
There you go.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
He
Apparently he was a
Was he a
teacher.
teacher?
I was gonna say, was he a teacher?
Because his name was Mr. McConnell. He was only in one episode though.
Oh, well,
Irish?
yeah, because he ended up branching off to go cook meth.
Yeah. No, first he had to go on Seinfeld as a dentist, and then he had to go be a father to 3 miscreant boys, and then
And also do some voices for video games also.
Somebody named Trey Parker showed up as Devil Rapper number 1. You think it's that Trey Parker?
Devil Rapper.
Maybe not.
It's not highlighted on Wikipedia, so I think it's a lesser known Trey Parker. But on that note, we do have more to go with here. Oh, apparently I put this song in here twice. I didn't want that. Oh, let me remove that item. All right, first impressions, boys. I'm going to show you a picture. What is your first impression of this? Full green.
Elton John, Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
That's the first thing that came up in my head.
So, obviously, this is from The Lion King. And the rumor was, in that picture...
There's a penis?
No, it spells out sex.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. SEX.
So...
Ooh.
An animator on the movie, Tom Saito, said that the dust actually spells out SFX as a nod and an Easter egg that was inserted by the special effects department for The Lion King.
I actually had a friend when we were in middle school, had Aladdin.
Wait, hold on. Put a pin in that, Frank.
Okay, put a pin in it.
Because the ad at 10. We're not gonna talk. 5, 4, 3, because an ad's gonna play right now.
Only for the live stream, people.
Yeah, so we'll just sit here and wait.
Well, I'm on a delay, so I haven't gotten an ad yet.
No ad for you, sir. Hey, they're targeted ads too, so we should find out what the ad was about. We'll say something about you, sir.
Ooh, maybe it's about spit.
Not about candy corn.
All right, so Lion King, what were you saying, Frank?
So my neighbors across the street had the Aladdin tape, and they had told me, hey, there's this scene where Aladdin comes up to Jasmine when she's on the balcony, and when he invites her out on the carpet ride.
Oh, when Genie says all good teens like to have sex?
No, it's not Genie. It's Aladdin. He goes, well, all good teens. And they say, yeah. He goes, like to have sex. And I was like, nah, that's a bunch of bull crap. And they played it the first time, you couldn't hear it. They turned the volume up all the way, and it played, and you could actually hear the like to have sex. And it was one of those you went, oh my god, like you saw a ghost or something. Because I already knew about the penises on Little Mermaid Castle.
Yeah.
But that, yeah, the Aladdin one was something else.
Or it's the one that's actually been proven was The Rescuers, where it had the topless chick. One of the animators who either got fired or quit inserted as they're flying through the city. There's titties.
I'm looking this up right now.
But I am looking up the Aladdin one.
It's real because I actually heard it. So,
well, I mean, not necessarily.
No, it is real. I promise.
I promise. Oh yeah, look at that.
Did you look at the Rescuers one?
Boobs.
Did you find the titties?
Yeah.
All right, so Lion King released June 15th, 1994. That's what we're kind of doing with this, is we're actually doing like a 30th anniversary here. For 25th, we're finding movies essentially that are 25 to 30 years old. Maybe,
there you go.
15,
13.
20, kind of what we're doing here. But this one was released June 15th, 1994. Made $968.4 million in the box office.
I remember that summer. It was a big deal.
And it was reported at the time that Disney made $1 billion from the merchandise.
Yeah.
It was also the highest grossing animated movie until 2013, when it was dethroned by what movie?
2013?
Yeah.
That Frozen?
Nailed it.
Hey, look at that.
I'll give Frank a point on that one. All right, quick trivia. James Earl Jones and Madge Sinclair, who play Mufasa and Sarabi in The Lion King, they play a royal couple in what other movie?
Coming to America.
Yeah,
Hey! Land with the point. And oh shit, I closed it. Damn it. I got the picture right here. Hold on. There you go.
You know, I never realized the adult version of Simba, who it was, until like about 10 years after.
Simba.
What?
That it
Matthew
was
Broderick?
Matthew Broderick, yeah. 'Cause I knew it was Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Everybody could recognize his voice as the young Simba, but the adolescent one, I never figured who it was until I think I saw it somewhere and it blew me away. I
His
was like,
name's
"Holy
Broderick? I thought it was Bro Derek.
crap." Bro Derek.
So The Lion King was made at the same time as
He killed
Pocahontas, by the way, and Disney thought Pocahontas was going to be more successful, so they put the more talented animators on Pocahontas.
Is that
crazy.
because Mel Gibson was a part of it?
Mel Gibson was a part of
I think it was-
Pocahontas?
Yeah.
I
It
think
was
was
John
because
Smith.
Oh, I'm not
Pocahontas-
really
I think it's
familiar
'cause
with
Pocahontas
a
was
lot
hot.
of the late 90s ones. I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, I never watched Pocahontas.
The wildebeest scene, it lasts just 2.5 minutes in the movie, but it took more than 3 years to animate. And maybe that's because they were rocking and rolling with their B squad. Who knows? Now, Simba,
Those red-eyed demons.
Sarabi, Rafiki, and Pumbaa
Mr. Bean.
are Swahili words. They mean lion, which is Simba, mirage, which is Sarabi, friend, which is Rafiki, and foolish, which is Pumbaa.
There you go.
When the movie was released on home video, it sold more than 4.5 million copies, and since then it has sold more than 55 million copies. That was my Lion King. Did you like it?
Yeah, that was something else.
You know, that was great.
I knew you guys would like it. All right, a couple more first impressions right here. One more picture. Found this one online. Do you remember when Pizza Hut looked like this?
Yes. And I
The
remember
land.
that damn pin too.
It
Yeah,
reminds
the
me
bucket.
of Land Before Time, the little puppets you'd get from there, and also Darkwing Duck. You could get a big old poster from Darkwing Duck. I remember having one of those.
Absolutely. All right, and final one here. What is your first impression of this?
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
Oh baby, oh baby, oh.
That's when they put phone sex in a kid's cartoon
Swear to
and
God.
nobody.
This
It
is
was
like
one of
the
those where I was
second
like-
episode, by the way. This is like episode 2.
And I remember when I first watched that. What, this came out in '94, right? And I remember watching it, going, I think that was like an adult hotline, but I didn't want. I wasn't
And it's
quite
Mrs.
sure.
Bighead. It's
Yeah.
his neighbor.
Rocco,
Rocco. Oh baby, oh baby, oh.
Mrs. Bighead.
Remember, be hot, be naughty, be courteous.
That's crazy. I never watched that cartoon, but
You never watched
It's a
Rocco's
great
Modern Life?
cartoon. Oh
Yeah,
man, it's
no,
a
I
great
didn't.
cartoon. I have
Go
the
back and
entire-
rewatch it, dude. It's some weird shit. It
I have
is.
the entire series on Blu-ray. It's fantastic.
It's a fantastic show. All right, we're gonna get to coming attractions, things that we can look forward to here coming up this week. Netflix tomorrow, Bridgerton season 3 part 2 is dropping. The Boys, ladies and gentlemen, The Boys. Season 4 dropping tomorrow on Amazon Prime. Coming up this weekend, June 14th. Inside Out 2. Oh my God, I have a 12-year-old, and all the emotions that go on in that fucking movie. Hit the nail on the head. WWE Clash at the Castle on the Peacock coming up here June 15th.
oh, the cock.
On the cock.
Yeah.
House of the Dragon Season 2, that's June 16th on Max. And then Oppenheimer, if you've been looking to watch that, that's going to become available on Amazon Prime coming up on June 18th.
Oh, wow.
Anything you guys are looking forward to here coming up this week?
The Euros start on on Friday.
Oh, that's right, they do. I popped in a little EAFC in the past couple of days. I started to try and win it with Scotland. I tried to win it with Scotland because that's where my family's from, is Scotland. Anything you're looking forward to, Frank?
I'll just be
WWE?
watching. I'll be watching the College World Series. Florida State's in it. So besides that, I mean, I'll be down on the coast this weekend. So I'll probably come back burnt.
He's going to go down.
And now watch out for the
I
sharks.
was gonna
They're
say,
in the
he's gonna go
water. You
yell
don't
at-
want to go in the water.
He's going to go yell at people who...
Oh, I will, dude.
Yeah.
I will. I hate.
You got to
tourists.
record all of that, Frank.
I hate tourists.
Frank is that guy. He's like, you son of a
They're
bitch.
they're freaking annoying.
Now, if we were to
dude.
say it, what
Go
would,
back
how
to
would,
where you came from.
how would we,
I'm not that bad.
how
but
would
it's
we
just-
yell out shark, Lan?
Shaq.
Just
Oh my
Hey,
God,
Shaq.
it's Shaq.
It's a shack.
So for
Oh my
anybody,
god, it's a shack.
so for anybody who doesn't know, Lan went to Universal Studios back in like the early 2000s with his family. And he came back and he tells me this story about how they're on the Jaws ride. And the person who was running the Jaws ride had a super thick Boston accent. And so when Jaws is showing up, it's, oh my God, it's a shack. Oh my God, it's a shack.
Peter Griffin was on the ride.
And Alan's like, dude, he goes, I couldn't stop fucking laughing. And everybody thought I was fucking weird because nobody else found that funny. And the whole time I'm like, man, if I was there, I would have laughed with you, bro. And so every time, when I lived in Florida and I would go up to Universal Studios, every single time I would go on Jaws, I would immediately go back to that thing that the story that Alan told me about the, oh my God, it's a shack.
So were those rides
I want to
the
know what happened
same?
to that guy.
Well, the ride doesn't exist anymore, so there's that.
No, but were they the same at both parks? Because I always thought the one in California was a little different. Like they had a little bit more to it than the one.
No,
in Florida.
the one in California is a part of the studio tour.
The studio tour.
Yeah, so it's like a 25-30 minute ride where you drive through all these different sets and stuff.
It used to be like King Kong.
You know what I
and all that
remember?
kind of
Well,
stuff.
they still have King Kong, except it's like a
Do they?
3D
Okay.
experience now. It's not the big animatronic one.
MGM Studios had one like that, and they'd take you around the back lot. And I remember one of the houses they would show was the Golden Girls house, and everybody used to. That was like the highlight of that tour was like you would drive in front of the Golden Girls house.
Golden Girls are awesome, man.
God damn! I saw a clip that was it Blanche? Was she the whore?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes, Blanche was the whore.
So, and it was a clip of her talking about how she's like, I'm 41, and I'm like, fuck.
yeah, I saw that clip. We're saying 40, and the girls are going.
I'm 3 years
Jesus.
older than Blanche was.
Wait, what?
Well,
She was
did
only
you
in
ever
her
see-
40s?
Yeah, did you ever see the meme of them like showing the Golden Girls like at their age, like the 4th or 5th season, like they were in their 50s at the time, and they put it next to the women from the Sex and the City of how they look now compared to what the Golden Girls look like, and they're all the same ages, and it was just it was completely different. Like the Golden Girls look like older women, and the Sex and the City girls look like they were still like in their 30s.
Yeah, and it was a
Makeup.
little bit of role reversal. There was one whore in Golden Girls, and then they were all whores in Sex
They're
and the
all
City,
whores, yeah.
right?
You know that show
Hey,
kind of
you guys
let me
wanna
down as
do-
a kid.
You guys want to start a remake of Golden Girls with us?
Golden dudes.
Oh, damn it. I just Anna just came back and said that she got a commercial. I just hit the button 2 to delay it.
Golden
Oh,
showers.
hey, look at that! I just got one too, and it's for HBO.
See HBO.
That's not weird. It's not listening to what we're doing at all. All right. Moving on. Frank, are you ready?
Free tacos.
You
What?
got your list ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. All right, it is time for 5 fast questions. Frank has the questions. I have the answers. Fire right away, sir.
What's the best beer?
God, there was it was called IRA, India Red Ale, that we got at the Timbers game last year. It was amazing.
Number 2, who's the best movie actress of all time?
I mean,
Actress.
everybody says Meryl Streep, right?
That's what everybody says. Yeah. Number 3, what fictional death affected you to your core?
Oh, fucking easy. Fred Weasley, dude. Still to this day, eats me alive inside.
Overrated. Number 4, what would be the coolest skill to have without needing to practice?
Singing.
Number 5, what wouldn't you want to see on a fast food menu?
Sushi. And that is 5 fast questions. All right, Frank. Let's go through the old list there, buddy. What was that first question again? It was about beer.
Beer, the best beer.
So here's how my beer drinking has sort of morphed through the years. Originally, in my early 20s, I loved Hefeweizen. And then that moved to more of like stouts. Because when I moved to Florida, you couldn't get a micro beer or like a microbrew.
Everywhere now.
And I
Holy
fucking hate
shit.
it. I can't drink Bud Light, Coors. I can't drink that stuff. It's just, it's piss water. Unless they sponsor me, and then I fucking love it. No. And then I always had these friends that were like, you got to try IPAs. You got to try IPAs. And it always just smelt and tasted like stinky feet. And I wasn't about it. And then when I moved back to Portland a little over 10 years ago, there was a bar that I went to, and they had this one IPA that just kind of like opened the floodgates where now I love drinking IPAs. So when Lan and I and his brother went to the Timbers game last year, they had this IRA. It was an India Red Ale. And I think it was like Double Mountain or something like that was the brewery that made it. And it was amazing. It was fantastic.
So you missed out on those microbrewers. That's everywhere down here in Florida now. Anywhere Tallahassee has like 4 of them.
They were kind of like right on the cusp when I moved away. So what's Frank, your go-to beer? What is your go-to beer?
I was never a big beer guy. I always would do like here in a college town, they have like certain nights where you pay $10 at the door and you drink free till whatever. And normally for beer, they'd give you like Natural Light. They'd give you the crappiest stuff. Right.
Natty Ice.
But they would give you could do liquor. So I would just do Jim Beam and Coke. And I would double fist Jim Beam and Coke until I was seeing, 5 different women, and only one of them were there.
Frank does
So-
love to liquor.
But I started going towards beer, but it's like I just did Bud Light because it was cheap. But I am a Hyperweizen guy. We had one of those
What's a
World of beers.
Hyperweizen?
Is it Hyperweizen?
You mean
German
Hefeweizen?
beer?
Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen, whatever. One of those two. German beer.
It's the name
I
of a
didn't have to
superhero.
But I've never been like
Hyperweizen.
I'll drink beer, but I've never been one that I need it because it tastes. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not the best tasting stuff.
Yeah, well, all right, Lane, what's your
It's an
go-to?
acquired test.
It is. It definitely is.
My go-to that I'll have like with whatever is Guinness.
Ooh,
Guinness
that's
is
a-
good.
oof.
Guinness is good. I'm hoping that.
hey-
So, I'm gonna be in. Sorry. I'm gonna be in Portland coming up in July, and Landon and I are gonna go to the Timbers match. I hope they still have that IRA there when we go. All right,
Lan,
next.
did you ever do an Irish car bomb with Guinness?
Oh fuck yeah!
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh,
anything
you had to
after it,
drink
but yeah.
that quick, or else it would curd. Oh, it was so.
Oh, yeah. All right, what was the next question? We got to get moving here. We're running behind.
Best movie actress.
I mean, everybody says Meryl Streep. I don't think I have a personal favorite, but it's
Yeah,
Meryl Streep.
I think
right?
you could probably throw Kate Blanchett in there, maybe,
Okay.
because she's won quite a few Oscars. I like who's that? Is it Gilda Tinnelson? Just as
Tilda
a character
Swinton?
actress.
Swinton.
Tilda
Swinton, whatever her name is. I don't know. I just like
Effavision?
her. I like her because a character actor. Like you find her in different movies. Like I just saw her in that Frozen Train movie, and she's in there, and it's just she plays this character. It's just the weirdest
Rebecca
thing, and
De
she's always
Mornay?
good. Huh?
That's who was in the Frozen Train movie. Oh, Runaway Train was the one that we were talking about earlier.
No, I'm talking about the one
different
with
one.
Chris Evans.
Oh,
Train.
Frozen Train. No. So I was asking. I am saying IRA. It was an India Red Ale, not an
IRA.
India Pale Ale.
It was the Irish.
And it was it was the Irish. But yeah, and it's I've tried to kind of find other ones, and I found it at that Timbers match, and it was the goods, man. And I think it was Double Mountain that made it. All right, Lan, is there any actresses that we're missing here?
I
You wanna
feel
throw
the
out
same. Just like
Rachel Starr or something.
Ooh.
Look at Frank! Look at Frank's face.
It's just like how I don't have a favorite actor. I don't have a favorite actress either.
Hey, there's no shame in that. Nobody's saying you have to. This isn't know if you had somebody off the top of your head. Next question was which one?
It's which fictional death affected you to the core?
So, to this day, the Fred Weasley death. Spoiler alert, by the way. So it's Fred Weasley. But I do remember. I'm actually going back to back with Harry Potter here because I remember when the books came out, and it was Half-Blood Prince, right? That's the 6th book where Dumbledore dies. And I remember reading that. And I remember going to work the next day and being in a pissy mood because I was like, fucking Dumbledore died, man.
I had 2 from childhood. Nothing that really shook me to the core. One was Atreyu's horse from the Neverending Story. That messed you up. And then Bambi's
Artax?
mom. Bambi's mom being killed really sent me. I think I saw it when I was 4 years old, and I was like,
Disney or
I gotta
Pixar
go.
movie, man. Fuck.
Yeah. I gotta go.
All right, Lan, what's a fictional one that got you?
This still gets me to this day.
Oh, we're going deep here.
But Optimus Prime.
Oh.
What? He came back.
He came
right?
back though.
Yeah.
So. But that death, oh my god, man, that
Was
killed me.
Jesus?
When you saw that when you're as a kid, like your favorite cartoon characters just getting gunned down by the arch enemy.
Yeah. It was
Oh,
not
God.
enjoyable, man. Let me see here.
Number
Oh,
four.
Anna's going back to the whole. She's IRA meant retirement fund. To her. All right, what was the next question? We got two more here.
What would be the coolest skill to have without needing practice?
Singing. I would love to be able to sing. I got a video
Guitar
that's
playing.
coming out. Let me see here.
Instrument. Just any instrument in general.
Yeah, I mean, I finally set up my piano. I've got like a
Piano?
fancy keyboard here.
You like a piano?
I was able to finally clean out the back room here, and I got it set up right over there. And I'm going to start learning that thing. But I would like to be able to sing. There's a video I have coming out about the original name of Michael Jackson's Thriller. You guys know what that was?
No.
Starlight.
Thank God it was Thriller.
Yeah. So it was called Starlight, and I sing a little bit of it, and it's fucking awful. But that video is going to be coming out here pretty soon. All right. What was the fifth question?
What you wouldn't want to see on a fast food menu?
Oh, sushi. Like,
Well,
I-
I can give you some from down south here that you wouldn't want to see.
well, I was gonna like I originally thought of like clams or something like that,
Yeah.
but then I thought of like Long John Silver's, and that's
Yeah, they have
like
it.
technically fast food, right?
Gizzards and pig's feet. You get those everywhere in the south here, and that's one thing. Those are two things you really don't want to see on a fast food menu.
Do you guys know what balut is?
But
What?
like beluga the whale.
It's a whale.
Balut. B-A. That's how you Americans say it.
Is
Balut.
this
snail
is
egg.
this the is this that like half hatched chicken thing?
Yeah, it's the chicken fetuses.
Oh, I remember watching
would-
Fitz eat that at somebody. Whose
I would
birthday was that?
absolutely hate to see that on a fast food menu.
Yeah, it was. Oh.
Protein.
Yeah, that was not. Ooh, yeah. We went out to a restaurant one time. It was a Filipino restaurant, and Alan's brother-in-law ordered one that night. And Fitz is loud, to say the least. And so when
It
it
was
came, and
crunching?
he didn't do it quietly. Oh man! All right, and so that's gonna do it for 5 fast questions. And now we're gonna get to 90s trivia.
Oh boy.
So I'd originally sort of conceived this, so the first person to 5 points, but I've been giving out points throughout the whole show. Whoever gets the most points is going to be the one who gets to pick first in the Keanu Reeves movie draft. But what I figure we'll do is we already have Frank at 5 and Lan is at 4. How about we say the first to 10 wins?
Sure, why not?
All right, and since Lan is
Sure.
behind, oh, and if the person can't guess, you can steal. So you can gain extra
stealing.
points that way. And Shim can teach me to sing. No, I think I asked
boy.
him about that one time. I think I asked him about teaching me to
That
sing.
should
and-
be a new YouTube
and
series.
I think he just fucking laughed his ass off at me. But yeah, okay. And then the YouTube chat, you guys are more than welcome to answer these as well.
As well.
All right, here we
Send me
go.
answers.
So we're going to start with Lan. Question number 1 on 90s trivia. The bands Mudhoney, Alice in Chains, and Nirvana were all part of which grubby, long-haired, Seattle-based music scene in the 90s?
That would be the grungy music.
Grungy! Also known as grunge, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Lan ties it up at 5. First 1 to 10 wins. Frank, you're up next. What comic strip ended its run in 1995 when Gary Larson said bye-bye to his steak-eating cows and other twisted creations?
Far Side.
That is
Love Far Side.
correct. Now, he did continue with his books and calendars, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys apparently gonna have to type fast because these guys know their shit. All right, back to Lan. What Joe Torre-led team topped off his record-breaking 114-48 regular season by sweeping the San Diego Padres in the 1998 World Series?
That would be the Yankees from New York.
I remember that World Series. I was all in on the Padres, man. I was a huge Ken Kim and Eddie fan.
Was Tony Gwynn still playing?
Yeah,
yeah,
he was.
yeah, he was. Yeah, there was Caminiti. Who was their closer? Trevor Hoffman was the closer.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that guy.
All right. Lan ties it back up. We're back over to Frank. What Sony game console with a CD format was launched in 1995 for $300, along with games like Ridge Racer and Rayman?
It was the PlayStation.
You are
That thing was $300.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
All right, going
50
back.
bucks.
Going back
Not
to Lan here. What was the group nickname for Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, and Michael Irvin when they led their football team to the 3 big wins in the 1990s?
Oh, dude, I don't know. Because nobody cares about the Cowboys.
Except his brother.
What did they call him? The Dallas Man Orgy?
Wow.
Oh.
Close.
Triplets.
Oh, Frank with the steal. The triplets is correct. All right, we're
was the
going back to
Dallas
Frank.
Mavericks.
He's already got 8 points. What Lou Piniella managed team shocked the baseball world by sweeping the reigning champion Oakland A's in October of 1990?
The Reds.
That was Lou Piniella? Wow.
Lou Piniella and the Cincinnati Reds. All right, Lane, you got to start winning here to get in this game. Frank's got a 3-point lead.
I'm not gonna.
Spit on it.
What rapper won Grammys for Best R&B Song, Best Rap Solo Performance, and Best Music Video in 1991 for his single "You Cannot Touch This"?
That would be McCommer.
You can't touch it. You can't have this. You can't have this.
By the way, have you ever seen the outtake of Olivia Munn on Attack of the Show?
When she's doing what?
It's her and Kevin Pereira, and
Yeah.
she's reading off the cue cards, and it mentions something about MC Hammer, and she says Mick Hammer.
Mick Hammer.
And so he starts laughing, and she has no idea because she's just kind of reading it, not realizing what she said. And he's like, no, Mick Hammer, don't hurt him. And then it all of a sudden clicks in her brain, like, oh shit. All right, Frank, you can win it all right here. What successor to Sega's Saturn was the first 128-bit Super Console launching on 9/9/99 with Sonic Adventure?
It was the
Wow.
Dreamcast.
How come we didn't have this question last week?
Frank wins, everybody.
Hey, go Frank.
It's sold for $50, right?
No.
Oh, that's not.
Hey, that was 200 too, wasn't it?
This
I think it was,
I think it was
199.
is what it was. At least that's
On
what we have posted.
9.99.
9/9/99, he says. And everybody over in the chat's doing pretty well, except Anna guessed Atari on something.
Sorry.
And television.
I don't think that's correct.
ColecoVision.
The ColecoVision. What were some of the other old consoles?
I think that was all of them.
Atari 800.
There was one where it
26.
literally came with saran wrap that you would put on your television.
What?
Oh yeah, because it had like that was like one of the first ones. That was like the
Yeah.
Odyssey.
Yeah. So you'd put that because
Magnavox
it would
Odyssey.
have marks on it because they
Yeah.
couldn't program it into the game. So it was just like stick this thing on your fucking TV screen, and this will get that to work right there.
Yeah, to make it look more like a tennis court or some shit.
Exactly. All right. Keanu Reeves movie draft time, ladies and gentlemen. Frank is the big wiener.
Wiener.
So Frank will get to pick first, followed by Alan, and then followed by me. Frank,
Yes.
what is your first Keanu Reeves
movie? The one with the best co-star he could ever ask for. I know everybody has that co-star on their mind. They know exactly who it is.
Hold on, can I guess it?
Yes.
Is he going Point Break?
Point Break with Patrick Swayze. WWSD. What would Swayze do?
I had a feeling he was going to go Point Break first. It's a great movie. All right, Lan, what is your first choice in the Keanu Reeves movie draft?
I'm a pretty simple man when it comes to his movies, so I'm just gonna go John Wick,
Yeah.
Number one,
the number one.
John Wick, number
Number
one.
one.
You know, I still I've
week.
seen the first one, and I think I've started the second one, and that's it.
I've seen them all. They're actually all pretty.
And
Yeah,
I've thoroughly-
I actually
they're
haven't
good.
seen the fourth one yet.
Yeah.
All right, so now I get to go back to back. Oh my goodness. Ooh, there's so many options here that I wanted to go with.
many.
God damn. Well, there's two that I might go with later on. Fuck.
Okay.
I never even thought about what like the actual order of the movies that I was going to pick here. I didn't even know which one I wanted as my number one, but if I were to pick one Keanu Reeves movie as my first overall, you got to go with The Matrix, right?
The Matrix.
I still remember seeing the trailer for that at Land's house. And again, his brother-in-law Fitz losing his mind. He's like,
I remember us
that."
going to. I remember going to see that at the Clackamas Town Center.
Yep.
Was that after you ate the half chicken?
All right. No, this would have been a couple years before that because I think the half-hatched chicken was like a couple years later. Golly, there's so many friggin' options here to go for Keanu Reeves movies. Oh, fine. We're gonna go comedy. Bill and Ted.
Damn it. That was the first movie I ever saw him in.
There's
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Yeah, what number are we thinking about? 69, dudes. Which, by the way, if you do ever make it down to Universal, Florida during Halloween Horror Nights, go check out the Bill and Ted show.
They got rid of it.
What?
Yeah, they pulled the plug on it. I guess it wasn't pulling people in.
God, because I remember a friend of mine when we first went there, he told me about it, and my first thought was like, yeah, whatever. Like, there's no way it's going to be that good. It was always relevant and it was funny.
We saw it that one time we went there.
Yeah, we did. It was great. All right, going back to Lan here. What is going to be your second pick here on Bill and Ted here for Keanu Reeves?
Here, what?
I'm gonna stick with a pattern here. I'm gonna go with John Wick Chapter 2.
Oh my goodness, he's going for the triple feature.
With Common. Common was so good in this movie.
John Wick Chapter 2.
Then he dies.
All right, Frank, you get to go back to back.
Back to back. The first one I'll go with because Al Pacino's in it, so I'm gonna go with the Devil's Advocate.
I was hoping you were going to let that one slide. That was one of the ones that I was really struggling with because I really like that movie. I think it's highly underrated.
They filmed a little bit of that here in Florida, actually. I think down around Hogtown.
It was
there's that.
Charlize Theron was in that.
Yeah, it's like one of her first kind of roles there. So
I just
for
love
them.
that. I'm a fan of
Roles.
man. He's the hand up Mona Lisa's skirt. All right, Frank. What's your
Al
third pick?
Pacino and his awesome overacting.
Yep. He just yells everything.
She's got a great ass. I don't know if too many of you guys saw it. I liked Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure. It was good, but the
No,
Face
it's
the
not
Music
Bogus Adventure, sir.
Journey. I liked the third one, Face the Music. I don't know if you guys saw that one, but it's actually a pretty decent movie.
I haven't seen it, but
And-
I've heard it's really good.
It is
Yeah, I heard
actually
it's good, too.
really good. So
Is that
if you get a
Margot
chance-
Robbie?
No, but they a chick that looks like her. No,
No
but they
kidding.
play like 5 or 6 different versions of themselves, and it is hilarious. Especially the ones when they're in jail. It is they're in prison. It is great. So you got to check that out if you haven't seen it.
All right, Lan, what is your third pick? Are you going to branch off from the John Wick movies here?
Will I? I don't know. Well, so my third pick, and I'm just gonna throw this one out there because
Speed 2.
I don't know if you guys are gonna think that this is gonna count.
He wasn't in Speed 2.
I know, that's why I said it.
So I'm
Toy
gonna
Story
throw this
4.
out there because if you know what I'm talking about here, you'll understand how good of a performance that Keanu Reeves had in this.
Always Be My Baby?
but I'm going to say Cyberpunk 2077,
Oh Jesus, the video
The
game.
video game?
the video game, because
It's gotta be
he
a
was
movie.
he was amazing in that game.
Well, it's okay. He can be amazing in the game, but it doesn't count because the point is you're building a triple feature of movies.
Okay,
game
that's why I'm
sucks.
just throwing it out there.
But I do like the
And-
fact that you're bringing that up.
And fuck you, Frank, for laughing at me. So, because I'm sorry if I'm thinking outside of the box there, and not sticking to
I just
one of
remember
these-
people complaining about that game, just all the problems it had from.
Yeah, but were they
Well, they
complaining
eventually-
about his performance?
But they also
were they
eventually
complaining about
patched it up,
Keanu
didn't
Reeves?
They've tried to. They still have issues with.
Wait. But were
I
they
don't know.
complaining about Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, they actually were because.
No, nobody. I think you just. I don't think you're right. I didn't hear anybody complaining about Keanu Reeves in that game.
I saw a lot of people because there were scenes where he would be in it and it wasn't his fault, but the program would mess up, and either it would just.
So they're not complaining about him.
They're not complaining about him.
That's
But
that's the point
they
he's
would
making.
complain about him, saying they spent all this money for him to be in it when they should have used it on fixing the game's issues. I think was one of the arguments that people brought up.
Whatever. All right, what's your third pick for the movie there, Lan?
I'm gonna go because his acting was so bad in this movie. Because I'm gonna go with Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, I was about to say Dracula.
Oh, there you
Because that
go.
accent. You guys want to know a funny story though?
I actually really like this movie. Besides him,
Dude, all I know is the one scene where he's like laying down and all the chicks are like fondling him.
yeah.
Let's just say a young Brandon was feeling things that day.
So there's some movie out there with.
It's when
him
I
and Denzel.
suddenly did not fear Dracula anymore. Because I was like, dude, if you get that, I'm in.
What was that?
Frank?
That English? The it was a I think it was a Shakespeare movie that Washington. It was like an all-star cast, but Denzel Washington and Keanu Reeves were in it. It was like in the early '90s, and there a picture started
Wait,
floating
say
around.
what? Say it again.
I think it was a Shakespeare movie with him and Denzel Washington, Keith with I can't remember. There's a few other people in it, but there was like this picture online floating around with them standing next to each other, and the joke was because you have Keanu Reeves with John Wick, and then you had Denzel. There you go. Much Ado About Nothing. Then you have Denzel with his what's the shoot 'em up movies that he has
I don't know, but
Well-
I know that's House's friend Wilson.
what's they made a TV show with Queen Latifah.
The
It was originally a
Equalizer?
TV show. Yes, The Equalizer. And everybody was saying that, look, Denzel's character, his great-great-great-great-grandfather was friends with John Wick's great-great-great-great-grandfather. And it was all this, like, they need to make a movie to where John Wick and The Equalizer face off and tie it back to that, like some weird picture of them standing together. I don't know. That just hit my memory there. Spit on it.
Spit on it. All right, so golly, I a bunch of honorable mentions in here. So of course we do have
Scanner Darkly. That was a
Scanner
weird
Darkly.
movie. That was a trip.
We also have Always Be My Baby, where I believe
He
he
just
plays
kind of
himself.
walks in there, right?
Yeah.
He just kind of shows up.
There you go. Yeah, Anna's talking about another Michael Keaton movie. Yeah, we did the Michael Keaton movie draft recently. And then like Frank mentioned, they do have Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, which I do think is also highly underrated. It's a great sequel. That would be
Kind of
one
dark, but it's
because
good.
we've talked about doing a movie draft of nothing but sequels, and this would be one that I would definitely probably put in there. We also have the other John Wick movies. You got a little Johnny Mnemonic in there. Don't forget that.
Yeah, the Matrix before the Matrix.
Yep.
Man of Tai Chi. Yeah.
Oh, that must have missed Chi.
Yeah. Going back to the 90s, you had My Own Private Idaho. It's from Gus Van Sant, actually, with him and River Phoenix.
Was that Phoenix's last movie?
I think it was. Of course, there was
Parenthood, yeah.
Parenthood with Steve Martin.
Who looked 80 and he was only 40.
River's Edge, which was apparently a very controversial movie, also had Dennis Hopper in it as well, and Crispin Glover, for the love of God.
And it'll be the most controversial film you'll ever see this year.
It is. Don't forget about The Replacements.
The only thing that movie was so, I don't know, man. It's like it's funny, but at the same time, it's like you could tell the budget was really not there, not there for it.
Don't forget about Toy Story 4. He was Duke Kaboom.
Come on.
So I was trying to think what would be my third movie. And I'm just going to say it right now because
SpongeBob.
nobody picked it, oddly enough. Nobody picked Speed.
Yeah.
What do you mean, eh?
Speed.
Yeah, I'm kind of meh on it too.
That's a great goddamn movie.
It's a great movie, but it's like
Hold on, let me
done
try
better
to look like him right now.
So somebody mentioned in the chat, Vero mentioned this one, because this was going to potentially be my third pick if somebody had already picked Speed. It's Constantine.
Aren't they? Is he coming back to do that character?
I think they are
what I
potentially
heard.
in talks to bring him back as Constantine. Which
Oh,
would be
and
pretty
that lady that I was talking about, she's in there. She's the angel that he
Great.
fights at the end. That actress.
dope. Who's the angel?
Tilda
When they're in the they're in the pool
Oh,
area,
yeah.
and that's her.
Oh yeah, I just remember that one character actor plays a fantastic devil in that movie.
Yeah, the Russian guy.
Yeah, that dude's awesome.
He's in everything.
Yeah, he is. I remember him playing the bad guy Russian in
Armageddon?
Bad Boys 1 or 2.
Two.
It was
Two.
number 2, right? Yeah, because it's when they had that new kind of ecstasy, and then Martin Lawrence
two.
ends up taking some. I rewound that scene at least twice when they show up at Joey Pantoliano's house, their boss. When they show up, fucking and he's like looking at the fish and stuff. And before they even go, Will Smith's like, "Would you look at your eyes?" He's like, "I'm not gonna look at my own eyes." Anna says unrelated, but if y'all have never seen his band Dogstar, definitely should. They're pretty good, and he's awesome at bass. And I did a video about them. They're actually kicking off I think it's called the Summer Vacation Tour 2024, and it's going to be kicking off at the Indiana State Fair coming up. So whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, go check out that video about Dogstar touring, and you can get the dates right there.
Right there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for tonight's stream. Appreciate everybody being here. Anna, thank you for bumping up to full member Lorian status. And Bree, thanks for showing up. Much appreciated. And thank you for becoming a member supporter of the channel. So just in case you didn't know, there's two different tiers. There's a channel supporter, that's 99 cents a month. And then there is a member Lorian, which is $4.99 a month. Now, if you're a channel supporter, you get a sticker pack. The stickers that we have, we got the old Brandalorian right there. We have the history of Ruck. And we have It Is Not Fair to Deny Me, the cross-eyed bear that you gave to me. Bree, if you aren't familiar with this, I honestly thought that Alanis Morissette was singing about a stuffed bear with crossed eyes. So that's the sticker pack. And when you become a member Lorian, you can get a t-shirt. And the t-shirts are all with these different logos. You can pick one. I'm not 100% sure on sizes, but if you do become a member in any way, so Bree, if you want to reach out to me, you can. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Discord, any of those, or you can send me a message, and I can respond right there. Give me your address, and I'll ship off some stuff to you in the mail. All right, and then we have Euro coming up this weekend, right, Lan?
Are you gonna eat a Euro? Is that what you're telling me?
No, what's the Eurovision? Isn't that this weekend?
Eurovision. No, the Euros. Best of Europe starts on Friday.
Who are you rooting for?
I really don't have a team I'm rooting for. I just want to see some good football.
The Euros.
He's rooting for the Euros. I'm going Scotland there. Which, by the way, I gotta mention this. It's my wife's birthday on Sunday, and we went to this sort of water park. And on Sundays they bring in DJs and stuff, so it kind of turns into a concert. We were the old people there, like hands down. It was all kids like age 21 to 25. And at one point, we kind of had all of our stuff over on the side, and I was kind of re-lubing up with my sunscreen. And this kid comes over, and it's this kind of pasty-looking kid. He's wearing sneakers with black socks, at the pool, by the way, with denim shorts and a t-shirt. And the kid's
Is he
like,
from Florida?
and the kid's like, hey, this is gonna be a little awkward. Can I borrow some sunscreen, man? Like, I'm already starting to feel burnt. And I'm like, sure, man. And it was one of the pump kind. So I just doused him up with a whole bunch of it. And we
rub
were
it
the
in?
old people. We were the old people that were supplying sunscreen to the young kids at the pool. It was great.
Sure, Sonny. Let me just go ahead and spray you some
Here
sunscreen.
you go, dear.
Oh, it was fantastic, man. We absolutely loved it.
Go run along and have fun.
All right, don't forget 3 videos now are dropping every single day. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you guys go watch that stuff, like it. For some reason, YouTube is really wonky. Like, all the numbers have been up huge recently, but the videos that I've been doing over the past couple of days aren't quite hitting. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, so make sure that you guys are watching that stuff. Like it. It definitely helps it. And then also, you'll notice I'm putting up posts on Instagram and Facebook. Those are different than the stuff I'm doing on YouTube. Truly just random shit that pops into my head. I create the post, and then I schedule that stuff out, and it gets posted at 9 a.m. Mountain Time every day. And then also the polls that are over on YouTube. I'm doing those every day, and we're going to be recapping those every week here for on the live streams. So I'm going to have a whole bunch more polls coming up. You can spit on them if you want, vote on them if you want. Doesn't really matter either way. And we'll discuss it next Wednesday. Bree says, Brandon, you have such a good announcer voice. Oh, thank you. That would be the 20 years in radio broadcasting, actually, that helped me refine this voice. Which, by the way, I've gone back and listened to a few of the things that I did very early on. And Lan remembers this because Lan, we were 5 or 6 years old when we first met.
Yeah.
Anna hates my ads. I'll make sure that's turned off next time, Anna. I'll get that stuff turned off.
Got another one.
But yeah, so Landon and I've known each other since we were like fucking kids. So he knows back when I was originally in radio broadcasting school, and I still have all of that stuff. And it is very, very awkward listening to that stuff now. Some of it's funny though, because we were funny fucking guys. What can I say? But on that note, have yourselves a fantastic rest of your week. We will see you guys next Wednesday. And everybody, on the count of 3, spit on it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I thought you were gonna say spit on it.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Spit on it.
Hold on. Okay, well, hold on, Anna. It does make me money, but not at the expense of you guys. Like, it's not enough money to fuck up your guys' streaming experience. So I'm gonna make sure that I turn that stuff off at least while it's streaming live, because I don't like that it takes you away from what we're doing when the whole point is that you guys can interact with us here. So I'm gonna turn that off during the live stream, and then I'll just turn it on for the replay stuff. But 1, 2, 3, spit on it.
Hatui.
Spit on it.